Hey guys, today I'm going to be showing you how to get free extra performance out of your Windows 10 system using a free open source project called AtlasOS. So if we go on their website here, we can see that AtlasOS is available for Windows 10 22H2. And if we go to their homepage, they claim they've redesigned Windows for more performance. Alright, so if we click Get Started, we'll be directed to this page, the downloads page which we were just on. And we can see that Atlas for Windows 11 isn't out yet, so we'll just have to go with Windows 10 for this demo, unfortunately. And Atlas Windows 10, which is available, so we're gonna go with that. Another new installation of Windows 10. And to do that, we're gonna need AME Wizard and Atlas Playbook, both of which we've downloaded to the desktop right here. But first, we're gonna need Rufus or some other USB media creation tool to create a bootable device out of our ISO here. And finally, we're gonna need Cinebench to create a comparison between the performance before and after the AtlasOS installation. Alright, without further ado, let's jump right into it. First up, we're going to want to use Rufus to create a new installation media, which will then be used to install Windows 10 into a new system, or in my case, into a new virtual machine. Since I've already covered how to do this and how to subsequently install Windows 10 into a new system multiple times in the past, I'm going to speed up the clip to save you guys time of watching it again. Okay. Now that we are in our newly set up Windows 10 system, let's take a look around, starting with plugging in our USB device. And then we're going to briefly go into settings to verify that we have the correct version number, 22H2, which we sure do. And I'm going to tweak the display settings to make it 150%, because that's what I have it at. Last thing we're going to want to do before we begin the AtlasOS installation is to copy over all the files needed for AtlasOS and the performance measurement tool Cinebench R23. And now as a bonus, I'm going to copy over another game that we're going to playtest using the AtlasOS installation. The game is obviously not going to run in the stock Windows installation, judging by how slow the extractions already are. After everything's been copied, let's go ahead and open AME Setup Wizard and begin our AtlasOS installation process. And now it's prompting us to select a playbook. We're just gonna drag this in here. And now will be a good time to disconnect our internet momentarily. And then we are gonna click into this registry file and disable Windows drivers from being installed automatically. Now we're going to click Run Action and disable Windows Security, because Atlas part of its deploying process involves removing Windows Defender, Windows Security. Yeah, and now Windows Security is fully disabled. We can exit out of that and then click Next. And requirements not met, that's okay. We can run this to prepare our system for the installation process. While we are waiting for the wizard to complete and automatically restart for us, let's go ahead and check out the space that we have used up on our C drive. Since AtlasOS is gonna obviously remove some bloatware, it's gonna free up space on my C drive. So we're gonna compare to see exactly how much space it frees up. And now AME Wizard's done preparing the system for us, so it will automatically restart. Upon restart, AME Wizard's gonna ask to launch again. Just click yes on the prompt. And then you're gonna be back here on this page. Before we click next though, let's take a look at Task Manager. and see exactly how many processes are running in the background. So right now we are having 30 something background apps, and we're gonna see exactly how many background processes remain once we complete the AtlasOS install. And also check the bottom right corner where you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 icons in the bottom left corner. So right now we're gonna plug back in our Ethernet cable or our network adapter, and we're gonna click next. So the background processes is now at 40, and that's normal for a typical Windows installation. Here we're gonna click next twice and then agree to the AtlasOS license agreement. Then click next one more time and AtlasOS will begin doing its thing of decluttering our system. And right now you can essentially see AtlasOS or AME Wizard essentially in action, debloating your system. It's removing a bunch of stuff, including OneDrive, including Edge, including Windows security, all that stuff. So you can already see down here, Windows security is nowhere to be found anymore. And the icons have changed. Okay. Here it's prompting us, do you want to remove mitigations for Spectre and Meltdown, those security procedures or those security measures? If you don't click yes, the installation of AtlasOS will be incomplete. So we're gonna click yes. And it's doing stuff in the registry to make the system go even faster. And after that, it's gonna restart. Take note here, we are having 43 background processes, and when it powers back up, we are gonna see how many processes are left. We can see the background wallpaper changed. That's a good indication that AtlasOS is fully installed. And we can see down in the right hand corner, we are down from about 9 icons to only 4, with the big one, Windows Security and OneDrive, being removed. And here we can see the search bar isn't really a search bar anymore. The UI has drastically changed. And now if I navigate around, it's much quicker going from one place to another. And here if we take a look at the space occupied, it went from about 26 gigabytes down to 15 gigabytes. So it also saved us space. Alright. Another thing that came in handy here is AtlasOS's inclusion of 7-zip, which can deal with RAR files, unlike Windows Explorer. So now that we can work with RAR files, let me just extract this game folder that I copied in for fun. And we can already see the performance improvement. Back then, extracting Cinebench R23, a file that's much smaller than this one, would take roughly a minute. And now extracting such a large file takes about 30 seconds, half a minute. And we can take a look at Task Manager too. Our Task Manager opened up super fast. Our background processes is down to about 25. And our performance, if we change it to that, we are down on RAM usage too. It used to be about 3 out of 6, so about half of the memory used up, and it's now gone down to about 1.5 or 25%. Oh, background processes is down to 22 now, so it's nearer than 20 than 25. Alright, without further ado, let's run our Cinebench R23. Since we're here, we're gonna do an extraction test just for lols. It's undoubtedly gonna be better, but we are gonna see exactly how much better. The previous score was 1 minute or about that, and now it did it in 5 seconds. So that's a dramatic change from a minute. And we're gonna start a multi-core test. Okay, while we are waiting for it to finish here, let me talk through some stats. The before test of Cinebench R23 was conducted in the same virtual machine with 4 cores out of the 6 cores of the 5600X. And it got between 9th and 10th place, so between the i7 1165G7 and the 4850HQ. It places right about in the middle up there, and it got about 4400 points, 4318 points to be exact. We're gonna see what it gets this time. Maybe it will be the 1165G7. I doubt it, since it is a 5600X with only 4 cores divided into the virtual machine, but let's see. Okay, now it's done, and let's see how much it improved. We're gonna stop the rendering now, and we can see it didn't manage to beat the 1165G7, but it's dang near close. So our 1165G7 is 4904 points, and our 5600X stripped down to 4 cores, it's about 50 points behind. That's pretty dang amazing. And that's it for Cinebench. Now, for shits and giggles, let's game. If I can find my glitch attraction here. Okay, let's extract it to the desktop. Oh, it's already okay. Just kidding, I've already extracted it once. And we can see it fired up instantly. And it's pretty playable, I would say. That's definitely above 30 FPS from what I can tell. This system obviously has no NVIDIA control panel or anything because it is not directly connected to my GPU, but I can tell that it's definitely at a playable frame rate. And here's about where problems began presenting themselves. Although in game this was at a playable frame rate of above 30 FPS at 4K quality, in the recording it may not look like that because the recording quality was trying to record at 4K 60 FPS, but given that I'm already playing a game in the virtual machine and recording at 4K, this load is just plainly too much for my video card to handle. So yeah, the recording quality isn't great, but it was actually playable in game, and that's pretty awesome. So in conclusion then, AtlasOS is pretty effective at reducing lag or speeding up performance. If you are running low on system resources, or you are running on a very old machine, it is greatly recommended because you can get a few years of extra life out of your machine, or just speed up your system for smoother gaming or whatever. And if you are on newer hardware, it is, although less recommended, it is also worth a try because it is a very good way to get extra performance out of your hard-earned dollars. So with that said then, this video is effectively over. Thank you guys for watching. Thanks to the team behind Atlas for supplying us with such an amazing operating system. And feel free to tell me what you think about AtlasOS down in the comments below. Thanks again for watching. Catch you guys in the next one. Goodbye for now.